Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Grizzly Bear Sims YouTube channel and welcome back to episode number 30, the finale of Midtown USA. Now, I really didn't know what episode number 30 was going to be about, what I was going to do, how long it was going to last, anything like that, and I still don't know, as I'm sitting here right now recording this episode, all of the answers to those questions. As I was wrapping up episode number 29, which I just finished recording about 15 to 20 minutes ago, I sort of had an idea that, I often watch these various folks talk to us on YouTube or on Facebook or whatever from the cab of their truck, either their pickup or their SUV or whatever. And I'm not going to try to be like a Chad or somebody like that because I'm obviously not that talented. But it sort of gave me an idea that, I would do this. So essentially, that's what this episode is going to be about. I don't even think we're going to drive anywhere. I think we're going to basically stare, and you're going to see my virtual representation of myself sitting in my truck with the fall colors of the background. I chose to leave the map in fall time frame because, well, quite honestly, that is my favorite time period, both in the real world as well as in the virtual world. I enjoy the harvest. I enjoy the visual representation of maps that have been basically made with the Seasons mod in mind. But as we begin to wrap up this series, and of course this video is only going to be a few minutes, so don't tune me out just yet. Hang in there. I certainly appreciate it. I would like to just thank several people. First of all, I want to thank ccs101, who is the map mod author for Midtown USA. When I heard about this, and I've got to say that I heard about it from both Farmer Klein, he started his series on this map, as well as Eustace Pharmer. When I heard about it, and I saw some of the episodes coming out of Farmer Klein, and I saw I saw a review that Eustace Pharmer did. I fell in love with it because, as I have said many times throughout this series, and probably talked about it in Tazewell County as well, because I tend to talk about all sorts of different things. You know me, folks. The thing that I fell in love with this map was the memories that it brought back to me of the hundreds of hours that I spent on Westbridge Hills, the default map for Farm Sim 15. Because after all, folks, my entry into the agricultural-based simulation games started with Giants version Farm Sim 15. And so it has been an absolute joy to play this map. The memories that have flooded back in from my time with Westbridge Hills, because there are so many similarities. Yeah, a lot has changed. Obviously, with Westbridge Hills, the cows were off in the southern portion of the map, down where the grass fields are that we've been mowing, where the pigs are and everything. But there's so many similarities, and it's been such a joy to play it and see the similarities. ccs101 has done an outstanding job with this map. The train that I showed you probably in the very early days of this series was one of the other huge things that I saw with this map and went, wow, I mean, that's cool. The customization of the train, the length of the train, the combines, the tractors, the stuff like that is just so really cool. And he did such a good job to make that train effect mirror something that we would see here in the U.S. instead of, sort of hodgepodging it and seeing something that looks like it should be in Europe, driving down the train tracks of a map that is, clearly called Midtown USA. I would also like to thank Farmer Klein as well as Eustace Pharmer. Eustace Pharmer was the sort of the go-between between myself and ccs101 on getting the permissions and everything, or having the introduction. Eustace Pharmer introduced me to ccs101, who allowed me to begin playing this map, creating a Let's Play using this map before this map was released. And I'm very, very, very appreciative of of Eustace Pharmer for making that introduction and helping me establish that, and I'm very thankful to that. And to Farmer Klein, I'm very appreciative of him, because again, I watch his channel and I saw him play this, and when he described what this map was based on, and I saw the initial video from him and the pictures and such as that, I'm like, wow, I really am excited about playing this map. I would like to be able to play this map and show this map to my viewers on my channel, and so that is how all this began to sort of escalate. Clearly, you know, there have been some challenges and some opportunities with the version of the map that I'm playing, and I will just say that as we wrap this series up, episode number 30, I have been playing the exact same version of this map that I got way back on episode number 1. So it is the pre-release copy, and it has been my decision alone, to basically or essentially play the unreleased version of this map throughout the series, simply because I didn't have the time. Well, first of all, I didn't want to risk having something explode, blow up, or whatever by essentially trying to update my version of the map without starting the map over. I also didn't have time, which is just kind of poor scheduling and poor planning on my part, to essentially restart everything. And I didn't want to restart for your sake, because we had already gotten sort of heavy into the details and everything of the map, and it would have been a bit unfair to say, okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, here's what's going to happen. You were going to be watching episode number 8 or 9 or 10 or 15 or whatever, and then all of a sudden I say, all right, we're starting back from square one. So I chose to keep this version going, and it has worked well, you know. But I will tell you that if you're still interested in playing this map, then obviously all the challenges that I have found with the map have all been corrected. This is a wonderful map to play. This map the mod link will remain in my mod spreadsheet for the unforeseeable future, because I still got my mods listed from FarmSim 15, so I'll probably delete my FarmSim 15 mod list when 19 comes out, but you will still have the opportunity to play this map and find this map via that link. So anyway, thank you for all of that. So, and then finally, I would just like to thank my viewers, because it has been, you know, it has been sitting back and watching the viewer counts and everything continue to be quite high on this series. Not that I use that for any indication whatsoever in what I choose to do or don't do on the channel. I play a map because I enjoy it, or I play a game because I enjoy it, and I kind of spoke a little bit about that in the previous episode, so there's no real big need in going through that again. But basically, I do appreciate my viewers so very much. I also would like to spend a little bit of time and tell you about the upcoming map series that I will be starting, and this will actually start tomorrow, Tuesday, May the 1st, and that is a brand new series that I've started, and that series is going to be on the Green River map. The Green River map. Green River was released a few months ago. It was released for FarmSim 15, and it made its way to FarmSim 17 maybe a year ago. And it has been revised a couple of times. As a matter of fact, there was just an updated version, or just an update made to it, about a week ago. Now, unfortunately, because of the amount of work that I spent in Giants Editor installing the water access points for the water troughs and everything, I am not playing on the latest and greatest version. I'm playing on the version that was available like in the probably in the late March time frame. So it was just last week, and I'm recording this episode on the 8th of April. So it was just last week that this was updated. It's a wonderful map, and I'll tell you why I'm excited about playing it. It's, for me, and I've said this many times, my favorite maps tend to be USA maps and British maps. There obviously Oakfield is a wonderful map, but it's getting quite a lot of attention still on YouTube, and I still want to be a little bit different. I still want to provide series that maybe are, not being covered as much on YouTube. The other thing is I have been looking for a good map based in Belgium. As you all know, my mother and father-in-law live in Belgium. My wife is from Belgium. We go to Belgium about every other year, and I have been looking for a map that is situated or based in Belgium, and just have not found a really good map that caught my eye, that caught my interests and all that kind of stuff. So the great thing about Green River is, no, it's not situated in Belgium, but it is situated in the Netherlands, and that's very close. The similarities between the Netherlands and Belgium, especially in the area where my mother and father-in-law live, very similar, very, very similar. And so even though it's based in the Netherlands, I'm going to more or less think of it as farming in Belgium. So it's going to be quite interesting. In addition, and I'll cover all of this in episode number 1 of Green River, but I'm going to be doing something quite different with that map, and something that I have maybe never really done before, and that is that, first of all, I'm starting with all the equipment that I think that I will want to use on the map. Green River is a map that is big enough for say the medium-sized equipment. It's not a map like this where the big buds and things like that would benefit us, but yet it's a little bit bigger for the really super smaller equipment like we were using on Thornton Farm. So it's kind of that middle ground. It's going to kind of bridge the gap between Thornton Farm and MidTown and Tazewell in that respect. Now, I will have some big equipment just because I like to occasionally use a tractor that might be a little bit more powered than hang on. Sorry about that. I might like to use a piece of equipment or something that's a little bit powered, more powerful than not, but you're not going to see big buds. You're not going to see huge row crop seeders and stuff like that. And so the other thing that I'm going to do is, we're starting with a small budget, around $25,000 to $50,000, I think. We're starting in spring. And I'm going to be utilizing hired workers to do some of the early field work, like the plowing, the fertilization, the seeding, the cultivating, things of that nature. We're going to be focusing on getting our industries up and going. We're also going to be farming all 3 animal types, and we're going to be more or less farming to support the animals, because the animals will generate us income. The cows will obviously produce milk. The sheep will produce wool. The pigs, they'll produce more pigs. And so that's how we're going to be running things. We're going to have some industry. We're going to be making our own fuel. We're going to be making compost. We're going to be making selling some silage at the BGA, doing sort of a whole multitude of different things. And the other thing that's going to be kind of cool for me, and I know I'm blabbing here just a little bit, and I'm going to wrap this up pretty quick, is that I'm going to just be playing one map for this at this moment in time. I think that will better allow me to focus on what needs to be done. Quite honestly, when I was trying to run 3 different maps, I would easily forget what I would need to do between one map to the other. Also, this will allow me, I think, just to get through the map as quickly as I want to or need to, and we'll get on to the next map. I mean, we're 6 months away from Farm Sim 19, so there's still plenty of time to play some really cool maps that either are soon to be released, or maybe they've been released for a while. It I don't know. But anyway, finally, I would just like to thank two of my Patreon folks that have pledged to my Patreon account, D. Coleman as well as Dar Smith. So thank you so very much for being supporters of the channel. I started a Patreon account a little over a year ago, but I didn't say much about it, didn't really push it or anything. If you would like to contribute and support my channel, all the information is down below. The link to my Patreon page is down below, where you can read all the information and what I plan to do with those Patreon pledges. I won't go into that in this video, but if you want to check that out, then look at the information down below. So again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you to each and every one of you that have watched all of these 30 episodes of Midtown USA. I do apologize that this episode is kind of boring. It's a little humorous if you sort of get the joke that I'm going with, sitting in my truck and talking on camera and having that video on YouTube. There's kind of I don't know what you would call it, but there's a little bit of an inside joke there with that. So anyway, I really don't know what else to say about this map other than if you are wanting to play a nice US representation, something set maybe in the Midwest somewhere, and if you want to take advantage of really working your rear end off with a lot of harvesting, taking advantage of the warmer temperatures in the spring so that you can get that wheat crop planted, get it in, turn that field around, put soybeans on it. That was a wonderful thing, and I really appreciate the opportunity to have the opportunity to do that. And ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, I'm going to say what I always say at the end of each and every episode, and that is, take good care of yourself, take good care of those around you. Thank you so very much for watching my episodes, for being my friends. I consider each and every one of you friends. Don't forget to come over and engage with me over on Discord. If you have questions for me at any time, you can leave me a message over there. You can private message me through Discord, or you can just leave an open message on the channel. Maybe others might help answer that as well, or you can always leave a comment down below the video, down below, either way. So anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I hope you will tune in tomorrow to watch the very first episode on Green River. That should be fun. And again, thank you all so much for watching. God bless you all. Take care. Bye-bye.